Have you ever wondered how the magnificent continent of Africa came to be? It all started about 600 million years ago during the Precambrian era. Back then, Earth was a different place, with all of its land masses clumped together in a supercontinent known as Rodinia. Fast forward to around 335 million years ago, the Carboniferous period witnessed the formation of another supercontinent, Pangaea, bringing together the world's land masses once again. But nothing in nature remains constant. About 200 million years ago, during the Mesozoic era, Pangaea began to break apart due to tectonic activity. This breakup led to the formation of Gondwana, a southern supercontinent that included what is now Africa, along with South America, Antarctica, Australia, and the Indian subcontinent. Then, around 140 million years ago, during the Cretaceous period, Africa started its journey of separation from Gondwana, and thus, the continent that we now know as Africa began to take shape. So, we have a continent, but how did it become the diverse and vibrant Africa we know today? Well, it all started with the formation of the African Rift System. This is a series of rift valleys that stretch across the eastern part of the continent. These rifts are not just geographical features, but they're the birthplaces of some of Africa's most iconic landscapes. The rifting process, which began around 140 million years ago during the Cretaceous period, caused the eastern part of Africa to slowly split from the rest of the continent. And guess what? This process is still ongoing, continually changing the face of Africa and contributing to the geological activity we see in the East African Rift today. But Africa is not just about the land, it's about the climate too. Throughout its geological history, Africa has seen some pretty significant climatic changes. Picture this: lush tropical forests transforming into arid deserts, and then back again. These changes were largely driven by the movement of tectonic plates, which influenced ocean currents and climate patterns. This ever-changing climate was responsible for shaping the diverse landscapes and ecosystems we see in Africa today. From the snowy peaks of Kilimanjaro to the sun-soaked Sahara Desert, Africa is truly a continent of contrasts. Now, let's talk about the people. Africa is often referred to as the cradle of humankind, and for good reason. This is where we, as a species, began. The evolution of hominids, including our ancestors, unfolded right here in Africa. Notable species like Australopithecus and Homo habilis emerged, setting the stage for the arrival of Homo sapiens. That's right, the anatomically modern human species originated in Africa around 300,000 years ago. So when you think about it, Africa is not just a continent, it's the birthplace of humanity, it's where we all began, it's where our story started. This marked the dawn of modern humans, right here in Africa. From the birth of Homo sapiens to the rise of ancient civilizations, Africa has a rich and varied history. A veritable cradle of culture, the continent saw the flourishing of remarkable civilizations such as the Egyptian, Carthaginian, Nubian, and Aksumite. Their legacies endure in the form of awe-inspiring pyramids, finely crafted artifacts, and a wealth of knowledge in science and trade. Yet the continent's history also bears the scars of the colonial era, when European powers sought to exploit its resources, disrupting centuries-old cultures and societies. This period of domination was not to last forever. The 20th century heralded a wave of independence movements, as African nations rose to reclaim their sovereignty. The struggles were fierce, the sacrifices great, but the outcome was a renaissance of self-determination and cultural resurgence. These events have shaped the Africa that we see today. From its geologic birth to the rise of modern civilizations, Africa's journey is awe-inspiring. Today, the continent stands as a testament to this incredible journey, vibrant with diversity and teeming with potential. It's a tapestry of over 50 nations, each with its own unique blend of ethnic groups, languages, and cultures. Yet Africa's path has not been without its challenges. It grapples with issues of economic development, political stability, and cultural preservation. Despite these hurdles, the spirit of resilience prevails. Efforts towards sustainable development, the strengthening of democratic institutions, and the safeguarding of cultural heritage are ongoing. There's a buzz of innovation, with technology and entrepreneurship driving change. Africa's youth, its most valuable asset, is at the forefront of this transformation. They're shaping a future that's not just African, but global in its reach. The story of Africa is still being written, and its future promises to be as fascinating as its past.